So what's a genius really like? Science has some pretty surprising answers for us.
Okay, when I say the word genius, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
For a lot of us, it's someone kind of eccentric or awkward, right? But the research, it says that's just wrong.
Turns out the data shows us a totally different and way more accurate picture. So, the first big trait? It's being genuine, cooperative, and sincere. Yeah, really.
This all falls under a trait called agreeableness. High IQ folks are often better at working together.
So yeah, forget that whole difficult genius myth. The reality is someone who's cooperative and sincere.
But agreeableness isn't the whole story. The second key trait? It's being open to experience.
That means being curious, imaginative, and always looking for something new.
Psychologists call it intellectual creativity. Think of it as mixing sharp logic with a wild imagination.
It's all about jumping from the big picture to tiny details, experimenting, and just pondering ideas.
Okay, but it's not all cooperation and creativity. The picture gets a little more complex now.
Here's a weird one. Turns out a love for dark humor is linked to high intelligence.
That's because getting those jokes takes some serious brain power and abstract thinking. And here's another surprising link. Anxiety. Yeah, there's a real connection to high IQ. One study actually found that people with generalized anxiety disorder often scored higher on IQ tests.
So why the link? Well, a super-aware mind that's always observing is also prone to overthinking.
So we're left with a much more human picture. Agreeable, open, funny, and sometimes anxious.
But here's a really important thing to remember. A high IQ doesn't mean you're good at everything.
An IQ test is just one small snapshot. It doesn't measure a person's total worth, not by a long shot.
So with all that in mind, I gotta ask, how does this change what you think smart really means?